Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will study measuring instruments, page 13, screw gauge. Okay, so we will discuss what is a screw gauge. We discussed earlier about vernier caliper and we discussed about measuring tape. Today we will discuss about screw gauge. Okay, we will discuss the use of screw gauge and how do we take reading using this instrument. So as you can see, screw gauge consists of a U-shaped frame, okay, and this part is called stud, and here we hold the object which we want to measure, okay, and there are two scales, the main scale and the circular scale, okay. In here there is a line which is called index line, okay, index line. As you can see, there is a line called index line and the main scale is present here. This main scale is in millimeters, okay, the main scale is in millimeters, and here there is a line called the index line, okay, and the other scale is called as circular scale, okay. This circular scale has 100 divisions, okay, and in some screw gauges it can have 50 divisions as well, okay, and this part is called ratchet. So we can rotate this part can rotate, we call it thimble. This circular scale, this thimble can rotate, okay, and the main scale doesn't move, this main scale doesn't move, which has index line as well, okay, and this circular scale rotates. When we rotate it clockwise or anti-clockwise, it can move in the forward or backward direction on the main scale, okay. So screw gauge consists of a U-shaped frame and it has a hollow cylinder which has millimeter scale on it and a line called index line, okay. So this is a hollow cylinder which has main scale and index line, and this is a fixed scale, the main scale is fixed, and the other part is called thimble which has threads inside it, so it can rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise, okay. This part is this hollow cylinder is fixed, it has main scale, but this part which has circular scale, this part we call it thimble, okay, it can rotate clockwise and anti-clockwise. Now screw gauge has two scales, main scale and circular scale. The rotating thimble has 100 divisions, it has circular scale, and when we rotate this thimble one time, when we rotate it clockwise or anti-clockwise, for one complete rotation, these 100 divisions cross the index line, okay. So another important thing is the pitch of screw gauge, okay. So when we rotate the thimble completely with one rotation, it moves 1 millimeter on the index line, okay. So 1 millimeter is the pitch of screw gauge. What is the pitch of screw gauge? When we rotate this thimble clockwise or anti-clockwise, this part moves on the main scale. So it moves 1 millimeter on the main scale. When we rotate it with one complete rotation, it moves 1 millimeter on the main scale. This part rotates this part moves 1 millimeter on the main scale. So 1 millimeter is the pitch of this device, okay. The next thing is the least count. Least count means the smallest reading which can be measured by any device is called its least count. To find least count of this device, we divide pitch by total number of circular scale divisions, okay. So the pitch is 1 millimeter and the circular scale divisions are 100, okay. So when we divide it, 0.01 millimeter is the least count of this device. In centimeters, we will write 0.001 centimeter, okay. Now zero error. As we have studied in vernier caliper, that devices may have zero error in them, and we have to know whether our device is correct or it's faulty, okay. So how we will see whether our device has error or not? On closing the gap between spindle and stud, the zero of circular scale should coincide with the index line. Then the zero error will be 0. So I can explain you with the help of this diagram. There is a screw gauge over here. We have closed the thimble, and the circular scale 0 comes in front of the index line. This is the index line and this is circular scale 0. The circular scale 0 is in front of the index line. Okay, so means this device has no error. The answer of this device will be correct. Okay, now there are two types of error in screw gauge: positive error and negative error. So when our device will have positive error, we close the gap between spindle and stud, and the zero of circular scale is left behind the index line. As you can see in this second picture, we have closed the thimble, the spindle, and the zero of circular scale is not in front of the index line. The circular scale 0 has left behind. Okay, so this device has positive error. If this device will give some extra answer, the answer will not be correct. The answer will be a bit more than real answer. Okay, now what is negative error? We close the gap between the spindle and the stud, and the zero of circular scale crosses the index line. Now the zero error will be negative. As you can see in this third picture, that the zero of we have closed the gap between spindle and stud, and the zero of circular scale has crossed. It is not in front of the index line. Okay, this 0 has crossed the index line. It is above. So this device has negative error. This device will give less answer than real reading. So we will find the negative error and we will add the negative error in our reading to get correct answer. Okay, now I have discussed here the measurement of same thing by three devices. One which is correct, which has no error, one which has positive error, and one which has negative error, to explain this in a more detailed way. Okay, so now this as you can see, this device had no error. When we closed the gap between spindle and stud, the zero is in front of the index line, so the answer will be correct. So what is the answer? 8.90 millimeter. Now no correction is needed. Okay, now in this second device, as we see that when we close the gap between spindle and stud, the circular scale 0 has left behind. So this device has positive error, and this device will give extra error, extra answer. The answer will be a bit more than real reading. Okay, so how do we find the amount of positive error? Count these number of lines after 0, 1, 2, 3, 3 lines. So multiply them. We multiply these lines by the least count 0.01 millimeter. 3 multiply 0.01 millimeter. So the error is 0 plus 0.03 millimeter. Okay, and when we take the reading, this device has positive error, the answer will be more than the real answer. Okay, as you can see, the same object measured by a correct device had 8.90 millimeter. Now the answer is a bit more than real answer. Okay, so we will subtract this positive error, and we will subtract it to get correct answer. Okay, positive error is subtracted from the reading. Now this third device, when we close the gap between spindle and the stud, the 0 has gone above the index line. Okay, so this device has negative error, and this device will not give correct reading. It will give a bit less than real reading. Okay, So we will add this negative error. Okay, so how we find a negative error with the help of this device? So as you can see, this screw gauge has a total of 50 circular scale deviants. Some devices have 100 circular scale deviants. Some devices have 50 circular scale deviants. So the total is 50 circular scale deviants. We subtract this is 48th line, 47th line now in front of the index line. This 47th circular scale line is in front of the index line. So subtract from total 50 minus 47. Why we are subtracting 47? Because 47th line is in front of the index line. So 50 minus 47 equals to 3, and multiply 3 by the least count. 3 multiplies 0.01 millimeter, so it's 0.03 millimeter. This is negative error, so we will assign a negative sign over here. So this device, we are measuring same object with these three devices, and this device will give a bit less answer than the real reading. Okay, so to get a correct answer, we will add the zero error. Okay, this is a negative error, so this negative error is added. Minus minus plus, this negative error is added in our observed reading to get the accurate answer. Okay, so if we have positive error, subtract the positive error to get real reading. If we have negative error, add the error to get correct reading. Okay, because the device will give a bit less reading. Okay.